So today I wanted to talk about jobs. And I know that's like a weird subject because I'm not going to just talk about grind culture or anything like that. I'm going to try to take my own interpretation of how I feel about working and kind of talk about it. So I really want to talk today about like gigs and contract work over traditional 9 to 5s. A lot of work nowadays, at least on my age, people around my age, which means to say like the 20s and the early 30s, are people that have seen what a traditional 9 to 5 has done to our parents and how much that either benefits them or stresses them out. Now, some of the pros and cons from working for gig/contract work would probably be, flexibility, variety of work, and potential for higher earning. Now, these are all like super pros, and like obviously we're gonna get to the cons eventually. But like the ability to set your own hours, set your own schedule is crazy good. Like there is no underselling or overhyping how amazing it is for you to pick when you want to start work and decide when you want to end it. That is such it's practically a superpower for anyone that's been in a 9 to 5 job before. And when you realize, you know what, I think I'm done for the day. I put in 5 hours, cool. And then the next day you could put in 12 if you wanted to, but just because you have that flexibility to do that, it opens you up to such a whole new world and ability to work in your own element. And then we can go to a variety of work. You can work on multiple projects if you want. Say you're a graphic designer or you're a contract worker who does construction or something. Well, the construction one might be a bit harder, but say you're a graphic designer or like a video editor, you could have 3 to 4 different revenue streams and just work how you want and, do a client project when you can and when you can't. And it's great. It's the freedom to do what you want when you want, as long as you're skilled enough to do it. You do need to network though. Like point blank, you're going to have to know how to network. That's kind of the iffy part because it's once again, it goes to that whole, if only I knew how to do XYZ thing, I could do it. But like networking's hard, point blank. If you don't have someone who could get your foot in the door, it's definitely hard to even get near the door. But if you can get your foot in the door, it's so convenient being on the other side. Just super, super nice. Is the ability to decline work. You can say no to somebody and like, that's crazy. Point blank, period. That is an amazing ability. You imagine saying no to your boss and then you just have to look at him afterward. Just blank face, just staring at him. It's awkward. But like you can say no to a client because you're like, you know what? I don't feel like this. I don't want your money. I'm good. You just cut it. That's like a superpower. There is cons though. We don't have to pretend like there's not, but there are cons. Easily job security. It's kind of just you out there, and maybe if you have like a friend who you're working with together with them, but majority of the time it's just you. So like, if you're not putting in the work for contracted work, you're not getting any work. You're gonna just be kind of sitting there twiddling your thumbs out of work, just not making any money and feeling super unproductive. And then like when you want to go spend some money, you can't because you're bored. That's the negative side of it. Unfortunate, but very true. No health insurance. Point blank, don't stub your toe. Don't step on a Lego. You can't afford it. Just, there you go. Easy of negative there. You have no health insurance and like the world is a scary place without it. Isolation. That's something I feel like a lot of people who work remote and contract jobs don't talk about is you're alone. Like a lot of the time. Yeah. And that's not a bad thing inherently. Like everyone needs some quiet time, but at the same time, if your quiet time is you in your room or your quote unquote office for like, I don't know, a few months, it's you just working by yourself and then you go home from your office space to your bedroom or to your living room and turn on the TV, kind of eat at you a little bit after a while. From personal experience, I can say that you need coworkers to some extent because we are social creatures by nature. Just humans by nature are social creatures, right? And we need coworkers. I'm not saying you need to have them every day, but it definitely doesn't hurt to have someone to just talk to during work hours because it helps break the monotony. And this goes back to my third place video. If you haven't seen it, I guess maybe give it a view. It's pretty cool, I think. It'd be better, but we'll get there eventually. Yeah, I think those are some of the pros I think comes with traditional gig economy versus the traditional, like 9 to 5 stuff. like for me personally, right? Currently, I'm working a contracted job. I'm a graphic designer, not a video editor. If you couldn't tell, this is new to me. I'm just kind of doing it because I wanted to do something different. But I am a graphic designer by trade. Went to school for it, undergrad for it. I guess technically my associate's in art degree too. Everything's artsy with me. What I've done since I've graduated and had graphic designer jobs, it's all been contracted, and it's pretty quiet. You know, like even currently while I'm recording this, right? I'm in my room and no one else is here. And I like I said, I have friends, obviously, but like I can't see them all the time. I do talk to them a lot, but it's not like it's an everyday thing. But it's like, man, sometimes you just kind of want that background noise. And sometimes music helps or like a podcast helps, but you kind of want another body in the room sometimes, you know? So like, hey, maybe you could get a dog or something. I don't think I'm gonna get a dog, but maybe I will. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like every once in a while, the isolation will get to you and you need to talk to somebody. Like for myself personally, I need to talk to somebody every once in a while. So luckily I have another friend who doesn't, who's kind of unemployed right now. So I talk to him a lot. Luckily he's there. I talk to him a lot. And then, I have other friends who I could just talk to or whatever. But like, it's good to know that like, even if he's not physically in the space, if I just hit him up on Discord or text or something, I know they'll respond because like they ain't doing shit either. And it's good to have that kind of go-to response or human connection, especially when you can't physically have it. How I feel in the future, right? I feel like the gig economy or contract work economy could grow. I think a lot of people after the pandemic have really started to enjoy work from home. And I think it's also, I know a lot of the old heads want people to go back to the office, but work from home is such an undervalued thing. And I feel like it takes a lot of stress off of the employee to, be at work, mentally strain yourself, and then, got to pretend like you enjoy being there for 6 to 7 hours or whatever, 8-hour shifts, whatever. But I'm not saying completely remote. I feel like a good hybrid position, I feel like is like ideal personally. Myself, like I would like a hybrid job where I'm at the office 3 days a week and I'm at home too. I feel like that would be great. You get the best of both worlds and everybody's kind of happy. And don't get me wrong, I've had traditional 9-to-5 jobs too before. I can't say I hate them. Can't say I like them either. I do enjoy coworkers. I feel like coworkers literally will make your workspace, irregardless of where you're working at. You could be working at a store, you could be working at a fast food chain, you could be working at an auto repair shop. But your coworkers 1,000% make your work environment good or bad. And when you don't have them at a remote job, you notice how not funny you are when no one else is laughing at your jokes but you. But no one else can laugh at it because it's like, well, I guess I just think it's bad now. But yeah, I think that's just how I feel about contracted work versus traditional work. I think it's good personally, but I also feel like a W-2 is pretty cool and so is health insurance. So, pick and choose your poison with that one. You could either really enjoy it and see the benefits of contract work, or you like stability and you go to a W-2 route, which once again, nothing wrong with either of those personally. Do what works best for you, and I feel like you'll be happiest from it. Okay, thank you for listening if you got this far. I guess I say like and subscribe at this point. Yeah, thank you. Bye.